to Senator Durbin, and then I'll introduce our guests.
Thanks, Chairman Grassley, for holding this hearing on FOIA. It's been compliance with FOIA has plagued agencies for years. They've struggled to meet statutory deadlines. They've grappled with significant backlogs. They've been driven by staffing shortages, a lack of resources, complex FOIA requests, and outdated technology. This committee has approached FOIA in a bipartisan fashion. It should continue to, working to ensure agencies comply with the law and taking opportunities to strengthen the law. But this hearing comes at a time when many Americans are angry and fearful. They are frightened for their jobs as the Trump administration fires thousands and thousands of government workers. They are alarmed by the state of their 401ks as the stock market threatens to plummet to historic lows with the president's new tariff package. Many are fearful for their friends, family, and neighbors as masked immigration agents grab parents and students who pose no threat off the street and throw them into unmarked vehicles. In America, they are concerned about affordable health care, their ability to retire, as Republicans debate cuts in the budget for programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. The American people don't understand why the Trump administration is arbitrarily erasing decades of knowledge, science, and data while shutting down entire government agencies. In this moment of chaos and uncertainty, robust transparency laws like FOIA, which demand our government answer tough questions, are essential. FOIA was established to ensure we have a window into the inner workings of federal agencies and a tool for rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. Federal agencies work for the American people, and the American people deserve to know how their tax dollars are being spent. Under FOIA, any person can demand answers from the government. No matter how large or powerful an agency, when a person properly requests records through FOIA, the federal government must comply. And because FOIA exists, agencies are mindful of their responsibilities to the public. Government officials know through FOIA information about their activities and decisions will not remain hidden forever. Some officials within the Trump administration, however, do not seem to care about America's right to know. Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has taken the position that he is not subject to FOIA. Musk makes bold statements that, quote, all government information should be public, he says. Yet DOGE is far from transparent. Its website is barely usable, and its false claims about how much money it's saving have repeatedly needed corrections. If DOGE doesn't comply with FOIA, it will be far harder, if not impossible, to uncover the full story of Musk's efforts to access extensive personal data of Americans without their permission, redirect billions of dollars, congressionally authorized funds, and fire thousands of hardworking public servants. We had a gathering yesterday with a lady who is the pardon attorney just a few weeks ago. Her name is Oyer. At one time, she went to a hearing and was told there was a message waiting for her in the hallway. She went outside to find that she had been terminated. The allegations that are made about her conduct have not been backed up with any evidence. She has tried to FOIA the documents she created and she knows exist, which exonerate her for her activity and prove that the statements made by the government in firing her were false. She can't FOIA her own documents from the Department of Justice. Is this law working for her? Why, of course not. The Trump administration is weakening the ability of agencies to respond to requests for information by eliminating employees responsible to respond to FOIA requests. The Office of Personnel Management has fired employees in its FOIA office. The career official heading up Department of Justice Office of Information Policy, which is charged with ensuring FOIA compliance, was fired. HHS Secretary Kennedy just fired everyone responsible for handling FOIA requests at the CDC and Food and Drug Administration. These efforts are toxic to our democracy because a functional, healthy democracy requires disclosure and transparency. The Senate Judiciary Committee should resist them on a bipartisan basis. I thank the witnesses for appearing today and Senator Grassley for chairing this important hearing.
Would you like to introduce your
Sure.
guest now?
Thank you, Chairman Grassley. We're joined today by Margaret Quokka, the Lawrence Herman Professor in Law at the Ohio State University's Moritz College of Law. Professor Quokka is the author of a book entitled Saving the Freedom of Information Act and is a distinguished expert in government transparency laws and regulations. Thank you, Professor Quokka, for being here.
Okay.